Sup. Welcome to the Sports Yammer. I am a Sports Yammer. Welcome to the Sports Yammer. You are here with the Sports Yammer. I am your host, Schmatty B. Matt Brown here with you in my house in Ray, Colorado. Got Game 7 between the Sabres and the Habs on. It's going to be a hoot and a holler. Currently, the Habs are up 2-1 on the Sabres. There's about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. This is Game 7. This is for all the marbles. It's two best words in sports. Game 7, folks. I'm sure we'll talk more about it when Ryan and Kyle get here. First things first, though, I want to start in the obvious place, and that is over the weekend, ladies, gents, ladies. Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey had a scrappy bap on the Netflix. This past weekend, it was the MVP Promotions card, their inaugural MMA card. This is the Jake Paul promotion. They mainly do celebrity boxing. His last time out, he got his jaw broken by Anthony Joshua. Thanks for doing the Lord's work, Anthony Joshua. And they decided to get into MMA. They did it with an interesting card with Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. We'll get more into that in just a second. And then they had a couple of co-mains with Mike Perry, who used to be in the UFC. He was a decent MMA fighter, but he has since become a huge star in BKFC, also known as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He's kind of like their top guy over there, which is hilarious because he was a problem for the UFC when he worked for them. So the fact that he is now good is hilarious. He took on Nate Diaz. Nate is officially washed. Nate got owned by Mike Perry, which is sad. Nate Diaz lost to Mike Perry. We are in the upside down. That is a recession indicator. But the fight that I was most excited for was the return of the Predator. Not a Predator, that kind of show. It was the return of Francis Ngannou, my favorite heavyweight, who Dana should have just paid. It was fun seeing him back in a more accessible way after spending a couple years in PFL. Didn't really go that well. He did get paid, as well as he made a lot of money boxing both Anthony Joshua. Didn't go well. He unfortunately got knocked out. And boxing boxing Tyson Fury. Those fights netted him almost $20 million, I think, probably a little bit more. And that's not including the purses he was getting from PFL. He was getting a guaranteed $3 million per fight for PFL, as well as his opponents were getting paid an automatic $1 million as well. He didn't love the PFL. PFL, they're kind of in a wonky spot. They might be dying, but also they're still kind of alive. And he didn't really love what they were doing business-wise, so he separated from them. He signed with MVP Promotions. He signed with Jake Paul. This still gives him enough room to go do boxing because he still likes to do boxing, but it potentially gives him another lane to fight MMA. John Jones was there, which that was weird because he's a contracted UFC fighter. He has technically retired, but if he wants to come back, his contract is with the UFC, so he'd have to go to the UFC. And he was doing this weird thing, talking about how he was going to escape his UFC contract and things of that nature. It was a weird thing. It was really weird because I would love to watch him fight Francis, but he's not going to. And then before that, you had a featherweight bout between two dudes I've literally never heard of before. It was fine. It was a fun fight. And then the first fight of the night, it was Roby Despagne, the Cuban Missile Crisis, going up against a very old Junior Dos Santos. I don't know why Junior Dos Santos took this fight. He was never going to win. Roby was in the UFC. He suffered back-to-back decision losses. And the UFC didn't like that, and they cut him. He since has been making a name for himself on in the karate combat scene, and he has been very good there. I believe he's their heavyweight champion. Seeing him return to MMA was awesome because when he won his fight, he immediately called out Francis. And as awesome as it was to watch Francis back, he did not have the best knockout of the night. Roby did. Roby almost murdered Junior Dos Santos. Like he starched him. I have not seen a dude get starched like that in a minute. and it was amazing. It was an incredible knockout, really good, really clean, just like boo, and he went down. It was awesome. This was a weird card, folks. It was a weird day. The build-up was weird. They were not selling tickets very well. That arena was maybe 60% full, and like that was a bummer, man. Because like Francis Ngannou was on the card. Francis Ngannou. Like I don't think they did a very good job doing press for the card. I think they were hoping that Ronda and Gina was gonna sell out based on nostalgia. And while it was fun having Ronda back, what it forgets though is that Ronda on her way out, she was not popular. She was not popular with the MMA base. She's still not popular with the MMA base. She's even less popular in the pro wrestling space, because when she was no longer the best, she pooped and moaned, and like that's the kind of person she is. Gina Carano, last time she was in the news, she was getting into fights with Disney and settling lawsuits that she claimed she had Elon's help for. But really, she was saying incorrect things, and people were like, hey, stop using your platform promoting dumb stuff. And she just didn't like that. It's really interesting. When you say wrong things and people tell you to shut up, they're not trying to silence you. They're trying to course correct you. Digressing though. The main event was between two people that I guess were like famous, and I think they were hoping those names were going to bring them in by themselves, but I think they maybe need to do a little more promotion on it. I don't know how many views it got. It unfortunately got my TV. Well, not unfortunately. I was looking forward to it. I'm like, I want to watch Francis Ngannou. I love Francis Ngannou. It was fun watching Francis Ngannou do that. I fell asleep though before the Mike Perry and Nate Diaz fight. I fell asleep before the Ronda Rousey fight. When I woke up, they were kissing and hugging. I was like, oh, cool. I guess we're at the after party part. And I woke up and I rolled back and I watched the entire fight. And like that fight was a bummer. And like for all of the people who are saying, oh, it was fixed. Oh, it was fixed. Oh, it was fixed. No, it was not fixed. It was not fixed. It was poorly booked. It was not fixed. Do you know what that was? It was a bad, sad fight. It was bad and it was sad because Ronda, she left MMA, but then she was still doing pro wrestling, which means she was still training athletically. Gina Carano, though, was in movies, and she claimed that she gained 100 pounds and then had to lose 100 pounds just to get into fighting shape. So she essentially got paid millions of dollars to lose weight, which, like, all right, good for her. Actually, no, not good for her. She's not a very good person. Anyway, but, like, yeah, man, before that, though, she hadn't fought since 2009, and on top of that, she had like 3 or 4 losses. Like, she wasn't even the cream of the crop in women's fighting by 2009 standards at the very end. She was just the most famous because she's hot. And, like, I think they were hoping that those names were going to draw more in, and it didn't. I hope there's more MVP cards. I hope they're booked a little bit better. Maybe go to a smaller venue, although they probably won't do that. But, yeah, no, it was fun. It was a hoot, and I hope this means we get to see more Francis Ngannou. We have our first guest in. I'm actually surprised that we have this first guest, only because I know that he is working all day like a dog. No, please don't tell me you're still at work.
I am. I'll be here till about 11.
Game 7, though, Ryan.
I'm aware.
Oh man, Ryan! It's currently Game 7. The Habs are up 2-1. It was looking a lot worse after 1. The Sabres were able to cut it down in half. How are you feeling so far in this Game 7?
Happy they're competitive. Buckle up for a wild third period. I think we're gonna tie this. I think we're like so close to getting to Ovich again. I think we're gonna tie it.
Well, so I wanted to ask you about that because it's getting chippy. I didn't see what the result of it was, and forgive me, I don't remember the player, but there was a Sabre who he got back checked and his head got slammed into the glass. And I can't remember if it was in the first or second period, but a Hab player, he was being super naughty. I couldn't tell if he got kicked out or not. Did anyone get kicked out?
I don't think so. I didn't see anybody get kicked out.
Okay. All right. You had a good Game 7 yesterday. You had a much easier time watching that Game 7. As someone who recently watched a clinching game where they won by 30, how nice is it to watch a clinching game where like you don't have to think?
Oh, it was great. I could turn my brain off after midway through the second quarter. I'm like, oh, this is over. So now you have to get ready for the Knicks, and I think that's going to be a fun series.
I'm hoping it's going to be a fun series. I know the one time that the Knicks played the Cavs with Harden, they lost. I don't think the Knicks were fully healthy at the time, though. I think Hart or someone was still out. Also, like, it's the regular season. Detroit was the best team. Yeah, look what just happened to Detroit. So yeah. I don't want to skip to the series real quickly because much like we dunked on Joe Mazzulla, we do need to dunk on these Pistons. Jalen Duren averaged 20 points almost. He's up for a supermax. They're probably going to foolishly give it to him. They're idiots. They're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him.
I think they're going to let him walk, and they're going to go after like Austin Reeves. And I think Duren will go to the Lakers.
That'd be a fun move, getting Austin Reeves. That'd be a good move. But
they need scoring. They got Reed, who they like, who can play more extended minutes and was productive in the playoffs.
Oh, all right. And we have another guest joining right now. He's loading right now. Boom. We got Jay Johnson in the building. Jay, how we doing today? Oh, you're muted.
Thank you. I asked you to ask that question. I said, can y'all hear me? And you said you're muted. So that worked out. I'm good. I just got back from very bad. I was a disgrace to basketball today, to be honest with you. The things I did on the basketball court were horrifying today. And I apologize to all NBA fans, basketball fans in general, because that's where I came back from. And my goodness, that's all I can say. My goodness.
It's all good, Jay. Well, I mean, speaking of bad basketball performances, we were just talking about Jalen Duren.
Okay. I can do that.
I can't believe that dude, he's maybe averaging 9 points after averaging like 20. He went from being an all-star to just being an afterthought. Like, dude, like how did this Piston team win 60 games? How?
They might.
Did you just say effort? I hate you. Did you just say effort?
Effort's funny. Effort's really funny.
Am I wrong?
You're not.
You're not. You're not. But I also think though, like a lot of things get exposed in the postseason. Like what really got Detroit kind of killed was the lack of scoring they had. They didn't have a second scorer. And I'm gonna toot my own Sixers horn because Tobias Harris, I said it when he was here, I said it when he left, I said it when he signed that contract in Detroit. He is not the guy that you want to be paying to score for you. This is it. And they found out again in Game 7. Look who it was. Crumble Cookie Man strikes again and goes 0 for whatever from the floor. Scores like 5 points, 7 points from the free throw line. Like that was a transitional signing, right? That was like, okay, we have potential. But you go back to kind of like the trades they made, like, okay, the Jaden Ivey thing didn't really work out. God bless him, whatever's going on. But what a weird season they were for them to be the 1 seed. And what we found out was it's all Cade. I think Danish Jenkins is a really good second piece to have there, but he can't be your second guy. Excuse me. And I think that they should have played Paul Reed more in that Game 7. Like Paul Reed, you saw the plus minus, you saw the points per game when he was on the floor. Like, he was the better option at points for Jalen Duren. And it started against the Magic with Wendell Carter and Angel Reese's boyfriend, right? That's where it all started. And we were like, okay, well, cool. Like, it shouldn't carry over. And shout out to Cleveland. They have 2 really good big men in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And Jared Allen went off in that Game 7. But, like, the thing, the saving grace for Jalen Duren is that he's still young. He's still in that rookie contract. He has a team option, I believe, next year. The question
he's up for a supermax.
Yes.
No, he's up for it. Is he gonna get it?
No, he ain't got that.
Is he gonna get it? I think he'll still get money from them. I think he'll still get money. I just don't think it will be that max because I don't know if that you make money in the playoffs, right? And I don't know if what we just saw with a team that should have probably gone to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know if that can be your reliable number 2. So I'm hesitant, but this is a Detroit team that 2 seasons ago they won 14 games. Like they have the culture. I think JB Bickerstaff did a really good job with that team. But my question just becomes, what next? You know, like where do you sign? Where do you go from there? Other than that, they had a really good season. I think that they have some really good role players. That bench looks really good. But my goodness, Jalen, that was rough, and he knows it. He feels the worst about it. But wow.
So Ryan brought this up in terms of someone they should go for. He was thinking Austin Reeves, which, Ryan, you're not the first person to say that. In the sense of, like, I did see a post earlier saying that might be an interesting move for them because that would give them another ball handler to take pressure off of Cade. But, like, are the Lakers going to let them go? That's whatever. Jay, I'm eventually going to transition back to the Game 7 that's currently happening with Ryan. But, Jay, you and I on Saturday – in our own abodes, we decided to watch people get hit in the face. Some of them for large sums of money, some of them for not very large sums of money. I spent like the first 5 minutes on here yammering about the Gina Carano fight and like all that card. What were your takeaways from that card? I thought it was fun for the most part. I think they need to tighten up some things. I think they took some big swings, which was nice. But, like, I also think they maybe didn't follow through. Like, with the main event, I think they were really hoping on the nostalgia to hit. But I think what they forgot is that, like, both of those people, even within MMA circles, really unlikable. And they probably should have done a little more work in terms of promoting the card. But we also got to see some awesome knockouts. And we got to see Francis Ngannou return. So, Jay, now that I'm done yammering, Jay, what did you think of that card?
It was a card that did what it was supposed to do. I think the flash knockouts are always good, right? You know what they say, when scoring's up, like viewership's up, and that was the one thing. Like, the flash knockouts were fun. First and foremost, I want to start with Francis Ngannou because that's a big man, bro. I texted you during the fight. I said that is a large individual, and for you to get in the cage, I forget who he fought. I'm so sorry, but for him to get in the cage. Yeah, like, and take that fight. And he even said it in his post-fight interview. He was just like, that's a, shout out to him. Like, he hit harder than I thought. He kept approaching him. But at the end of the day, you were going to get flattened. And I think that was just the design of the main card for the most part. I think they went like 3 straight knockouts. And then the Nate Diaz fight was a bloodbath. And by bloodbath, it was just Nate under the faucet because wow. But I think it was a card that got people. Everybody has Netflix, so if you were bored on a Saturday, you put it on. It worked out. And for the people that watched, it was fun to watch everybody get thrown around for the first 5 minutes of the fight. But, like, I think the biggest question after the weekend was, can this contend with the UFC? And I think the answer is obviously no. Just there's too many names. They have more money. Do they use it? No, but they have more money. Well, they do use it. They use it for other things, not paying their fighters stuff. But that's part of the point. But I like overall, I'm satisfied as a consumer. I'm not mad. I don't think it was a waste of time at all. But it was kind of harsh because the packages they played, the little in between documentaries they played, were longer than the fights.
Oh, it took forever.
They were long. Like we sat there even for the Ronda Rousey fight with Carano. Like, you sat there, you watched this entire speech by Ronda, and it was all wholesome and stuff like that. And she walked in there and took the lady's arm in like 17 seconds. And it was like, what? Like it was just, it did what, like I said, it did what it was supposed to do. I think I got a lot of eyes on MMA as a whole, which is great for the sport. I think the question is, can MVP contend with the other? I don't know I think it's a good balance with PFL, but I don't think it's going to be able to hang with the juggernaut that is UFC. But it was cool to see, especially Ngannou get in there and throw his weight around. So
yeah, that was the big thing. That was the big takeaway for me. Just mainly seeing Francis again, man. Because like I know I like wax poetic about him too over the phone when we were texting. But like, man, I love Francis, and just watching him fight again, that was a lot of fun, man. Yeah. I hope he fights the Cuban dude, the guy that murdered Dos Santos. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I was watching Levitard this morning, like I always do, and they were talking about it, and they were talking specifically about that fight and how they called him the Cuban Missile Crisis. And
that's so great.
and they were talking about how he knocked out Juju DeSantos, and the guy who watched the fight, he goes, "Well, I mean, he did kill a man."
But some of those knockouts were rough, man. Like even like
Oh my God.
the Ngannou knockout, like caught him flush on the chin. And the thing that got me was you could just see his arms just kind of go numb, go limp.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, he didn't just knock him down. He shut him down. He shut him off. That was a complete reboot of system. Like, and, and that's why whenever people ask, like, oh, would you get those would you rather's? Like, would you rather take like a fight John Jones for like $1 million? Like, the answer is always no.
Yeah.
There's not enough money in the world because it's not worth it. It's just not worth it, right? Wasn't it Kamaru Usman that broke Kobe Covington's jaw some years ago?
Yeah,
These
dude.
are superhuman athletes. Like, what are we talking about? The answer is always no. If you're pressed for money, like the poor guy that fought Ngannou, he got like 6 figures. Ngannou got like a multi-million-dollar paycheck. If you're pressed for money, sure, but
Well, Ngannou did do this, which I thought was cool. So Ngannou got paid a couple $1 million. Felipe Lins only got paid $100,000. Which, first of all, Felipe, fire your agent. Secondly, because also Felipe had just won the PFL heavyweight tournament, which that's a $500,000 purse.
Yeah,
it used to be $1 million. Now it's $500,000.
Yeah,
so whoever is your boss, you got to punch him in the dick. But so when Francis won, Francis also got a $100,000 bonus, and he gave his bonus to Lins.
Wow. Yeah. See, and that was my biggest problem with the entire thing. Because again, I don't like when people call things scripted, but it felt as though people were put in position to succeed, and especially when you saw the payouts after the fact, it felt that way. It was just like, yeah, you made this fight because you wanted shock factor to go trending. And let's be for real, Jake Paul, who put this together, you know what he does well? Social media. You know how he started his career? On Disney Channel. This is a guy that had however many million subscribers on YouTube. Like, his brother's doing stuff in the WWE, getting millions of views when he goes to Royal Rumble and WrestleMania and all that. Nobody likes him, but that's besides the point. Views are views. And I think that's the thing, is like, he said, you know what? We're going to put on this card, and what do people hate the most about the UFC? All the hugging, all the standing around. That was what you heard leading up to the Strickland fight, right? This is going to be a hug fest. Everybody's going to grab on. So let's get rid of the grappling part of it. And you got...
And let's just show murders.
Yeah, you got an hour of straight murder. You could have put on any other action film, and it would have been the same amount of bodies. Like, it was that. So I will say, Jake Paul, you did what you were supposed to do. You got eyes on the sport. You got eyes on your promotion. But like I said, in terms of competing with other rival MMA outlets, I don't think they can do it unless they overhaul a lot of fights.
Maybe they have money where they can get some names. Hopefully, I just hope they do more cards, and I hope they don't build off of it. I hope they just improve off of it, because I do think there's a blueprint there. Where like they could probably exist similarly to like how Strikeforce did back in 2011, where like, is it going to beat the UFC? I don't know, maybe not, but like it's at least a reputable place. Anyway, we have a new person in the chat. Kyle has just joined. I'm sorry, JD, did I cut you off?
No, I was just going to say one more thing. It's on Netflix, so it works out. Everybody has Netflix, so go for it.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone's got Netflix, man.
Everybody's Netflix.
Well, Jake Paul was saying that he thinks 20 million people were going to watch. 20 million people did not watch that. Like, I don't have the metrics. Lord knows Netflix is not going to release the metrics. They never release the metrics, except when it magically suits them. But like, no, 20 million people did not watch that. Because also, 20 million people don't care about Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
We have a fourth person in the chat now. Joining us from palatial wherever he lives is Kyle. We now have all of Hanlon squared, and we have Jay. Kyle, how we doing? How we feeling? How is you?
I'm good. As Thomas Jefferson once said, what did I miss?
I could just recently, speaking of Hamilton, I only recently learned that. Did you know that Daveed Diggs is in the final season of The Boys right now?
It's funny that you say that. I've never watched The Boys, but I keeps going up on my YouTube, and it's like, do I really want to get Amazon Prime just to watch this?
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
The Boys is fun. I only watched season 1, but I know what happens throughout the rest of the show because A, I read the plots, and then B, I would just randomly click on YouTube clips. I was really into the Soldier Boy season. The Soldier Boy season was fun. Jensen Ackles, he
Kyle.
was so
Jensen
fun.
Ackles is
Soldier
awesome.
Boy.
I
Hey,
also
Kyle,
will
the
say
creator of The
from-
Boys is the creator of Supernatural.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
And
it is?
he,
That
like-
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because Justin Ankles, Jared, and also
Kyle
the guy
Leckie.
who played... No, the other one. Well, yes, but the guy who played Castiel is also in it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, they have a bunch of supernatural people in there. And, it's a really popular show. It's really funny to me how many incels started out liking it, and now they hate it because they didn't realize it during the comic books, but for some reason they realized it during the TV show. It was a show that's a commentary about them. Digressing, though. Kyle, it's 2-1. It's the beginning of the third period. I know you were just doing some teaching and some learning, but how are you feeling about this Game 7 so far?
You know what? I came to terms with this a couple days ago. I was telling Ryan this of like, would I love to see the Sabres in the conference finals? Oh, 100%. But at the same time, the fact that they are in a Game 7 after Game 4 and 5 look so terrible for them, to me, they're playing with house money right now. And like I said, I would love for them to tie this game up, send it into overtime, and pull one out at the end. But if you also were to tell me, hey, at the beginning of this year, you were going to be the 5th to last team in the NHL in the playoffs, and you went to a Game 7, I would definitely take that.
So, Kyle, I know we know how Ryan has been doing pretty much the entire year because he's the one who turned us on to these Sabres. And like you were pretty reticent, not pretty. You were reticent though to like fully like accept them back into your life this season. But now you've let them back into your life. You've been watching the playoff run, and I know that you just mentioned, hey, being the 5th to last team. But this fan base, they're so silly. They're so much fun. It's nice. Like I remember you briefly talking about Ryan Miller and how much you like Ryan Miller. So I'm enjoying hockey again. What's it like having a horse in the race again, Kyle, or a buffalo in the race? I guess in this case.
I mean, it's really interesting. Like we're in the middle of May, and I'm still like decently caring about sports. Not that I don't care about sports in the spring, but it's usually a time where I like take a little time to relax after the NFL and the college basketball season. So to actually have something to like latch onto it's awesome. Like it's also like I said last week, it's a little bit weird because like with a 7-game series, you have to keep having these highs and lows of whether or not you're actually going to make it out. Like Game 4 and 5, Game 4 and 5, I was like, this is not looking good for us at all. And to have a Game 6 like that where they scored 8 goals, absolutely insane. So it's definitely a bigger emotional roller coaster than you would usually get for Buffalo in general in the playoffs. I actually did want to throw something out to Ryan because this is a question that I have been holding on to, and I would be curious to see what you think. Whether or not the Sabres make it to the next round, which Buffalo team has a brighter future?
Ooh, brighter future. Top 16 success. I'd probably say the Sabres right now because Josh is about to hit 30. And a lot of these Sabre players were young. You got a lot of kids coming up in the pipeline. Yeah, I'd probably go with the Sabres right now, surprisingly enough.
Which is wild to think. Part of me, like, I'm also really hoping that this ride does still continue because it would be kind of hilarious if after all these years of the Bills getting so close to getting to the Super Bowl, the Sabres that get to the finals first.
That'd be hilarious.
Like in true
It's so
Bills
fitting.
fashion, of course, the other team actually makes it to the championship.
It'd be so fitting for Buffalo sports fans to have that happen.
What do you guys want? Oh, well, I'm not even going to ask that. I know the answer. I was about to ask, what do you guys want more, a Sabre Cup or a Bill Super Bowl? I know the answer to that question, though. It's a Bill Super Bowl.
I would just take one at this point.
Really?
I love hockey, man. I love
that answer. And it's
give me
the
one
best,
before I die.
and it's the best championship trophy in sports.
It is.
Like, can we just say, like, it's not just the ball on top of, like, a shiny thing. Like, it's an actual thing.
For sure. I personally would still want the Super Bowl just because of how many years we've invested into this. To me, this feels like reopening a wound that I had before, right? And I think there's still a little bit of a now that I'm back into the being with the Sabres, there's still chances to get hurt a little bit more before I'm like, we better still, we finally should get a championship. For the Bills, it's like, my God, we've been this close so many times. Can we just freaking get over the hump?
Yeah, seriously. Just get over the hump. Man, that'd be crazy. Man, that fourth line got the goal and the assist. When did they get that goal? I missed the goal.
They got it like 6 minutes in the second period to go.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Can we just get a second goal?
Ryan, how are you doing with back-to-back game sevens? That sounds just absolute stress. I know that I know that half 2 minutes into the Detroit game, you were like, oh, I don't have to worry at all. But leading up to that, were you like, God, back-to-back game sevens? Because
this is a lot of stress for me.
That's a lot of stress.
Well, have we finally gotten some? I missed it, but did we do some trash talk between you two for the Knicks and the Cleveland conference finals?
No, we actually have not been talking about that yet, because literally as we kind of were, Jay showed up, and then that's when we started talking about Gina Carano. But we can do that now. Ryan, you're doing battle now with my team.
That's right.
The Knicks are looking really good, which is weird. Can we just admit that it's weird? Because I like the Knicks.
It's a little weird.
It's so weird. Because they're not just good, they're competent. I've seen them be good before, but they're being competent, which is scary to me. It's kind of like when the Mets put together a season. Except I'm a Yankee fan, and I can just end up laughing at that. But no, I live in this hell. I live in this blue and orange hell. I'm excited for the series. I do not like, and I know part of it is puffing your chest out, go Knicks and stuff like that. I hate how many times I'm seeing the damn graphic about the Knicks, quote unquote, owning the Cavs in the playoffs. I'm really tired of seeing that because the last time I saw something like that, it was from Boston people talking about how they hadn't lost to the Sixers in 40 years. And then what happened? And I don't want that to happen. I'm cautiously optimistic. I feel similarly how I did during the Sixers series when everyone was like, oh, I don't know, you got to look out for Embiid. I do think they're going to drop one or two to the Cavs because the Cavs are not a bad team. They are a good team. They are well coached. Kenny Atkinson is a good coach. They've been able to survive Harden pooping, and they're able to do that. And I think their bigs, they're gonna pose a little bit of a problem. But apparently Mitchell Robinson turns into freaking Hakeem Olajuwon against them. So I don't know. I personally think it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep. Ryan does not, though.
I do not. I think it's at least I think Cavs got a shot to win this series. They take game one, especially Knicks coming off 9 days of rest and being rusty. And I'm curious how I'm very curious to see how OG's hamstring holds up throughout this series. If he re-aggravates that, with one wrong step that changes the series in a whole different direction. He's integral to what they do, both offensively and defensively. If the Cavs take game one, it is anybody's series.
Man,
It is anybody's series.
I'm terrified of game one. I always hate game one for the damn Knicks. I hate when the Knicks host game one. I hate it. 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 I hate it.
There's a path for the Cavs to win this series, and that's getting hot from three. That's with Merrill and Strus shooting like the lights out of that ball from 3-point range, and Mitchell and Harden giving you 50 points between the two of them, and Mobley and Allen being those anchors down low. Like, the recipe is there for this team to compete with the Knicks and potentially beat them. Now, will they? It's a question mark, but I think if they take game one, there's a real chance that they got a shot to win the series.
Yeah,
I would also say that.
No, I'm just realizing I'm on.
I was going to say, I would also say, if you're going to talk about the harder path right now, the Cavs had the harder path. They're the more battle tested. Like, I get that the Knicks have had more rest, but the Hawks took like 1-2 games. The Sixers,
the Hawks
let's
are
be
also
honest,
one of the best teams.
like as good as the Sixers were against Boston, Boston also did it to themselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I was just talking.
I would say Cleveland probably has the better momentum at the moment.
Yeah, again, that's why I don't like how often I'm seeing these damn graphics about like, oh, the Knicks own the Cavs. Da, da, da. It's like, yeah, cool, dude. All right, this the Celtics own the Sixers. Okay, like, what the hell are we doing? I don't want to enter this with hubris because look, go Knicks, be as loud as you want when you win, but how can you end just as a Knicks? What? Oh, did they just score?
Game. Let's go.
Oh
yes,
man, I am on a super delay. Hold on, I'm excited to watch
guys,
this.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm only doing GameCast because I don't have ESPN connections.
What a play! All right, boys.
I can watch.
Montreal's got one shot in the last 17 minutes.
Not ESPN.
Let's go.
How?
Oh man!
They kind of choreographed that.
Darlene, let's go.
Oh man!
Let's go. Here we go.
Okay, there's the face-off. They pass it. He's going around. He helps. Oh my God! They completely collapsed on that guy, and they left the dude wide open. Oh my God!
Oh my God! The tie game. I knew it was coming. I told you we were going to tie it.
You did. No, you said it, Kyle. Before you got on, he did say that he thinks they're going to tie this game. Fourth goal of the playoffs. Oh wow!
Yeah, Darlene.
I wonder who he's tied
don't
with.
give up a quick one.
Who's in goal tonight? Is it UPL or is it Lion?
It's UPL. He's played well tonight. Wow. We actually
Has it kind of been 50-50
God.
between them, or has UPL kind of been playing better?
It's been 50-50, honestly. Wow. My blood pressure is up through the roof. What a goal.
Alex Lyon being one of the reasons why you guys are still in this is super funny to me. Because I just remember he was the reason why the Panthers wheezed into the playoffs when they went to their first cup the recent, not the one in the 90s.
Where's the penalty there? Come on.
Oh man.
Lane literally.
This is a game, man. This is a game.
I know.
Man, good for you guys. I hope I can experience some hockey joy eventually. I also don't want my bandwagon right on the Sabres bandwagon to end. I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
Me too.
I also
just want this.
I was gonna say I just like the Sabres symbol too. I always liked the older one with the silver buffalo, but I do like this little blue circle with the two swords and the little buffalo there. I think it's neat.
Oh, Hellenius, nice move.
So, Kyle, what do you think is going to happen between the Knicks and the Cavs? Do you think the Knicks are going to nick?
I think this could go to 7, honestly.
Yeah.
Which would go right with what the Cavs have been doing this whole entire playoffs. I get. To me, these are kind of pretty equally like teams in terms of depth and talent, and that's where like I hesitate to say that either side will win, and that's why I am leaning towards the Cavs, even though I know that's not the most popular pick. It is because of how tested they have been throughout this series. Because, like, yes, the Pistons lost in the second round, but I don't think they were necessarily a fraudulent number 1 seed. We saw them battle with Cleveland the whole entire way, and I think we just kind of forgot that even though Cleveland was a number 5 seed, that doesn't mean that they were a bad team. They were the number 1 seed last. 4th, sorry.
Yeah, we won 6 games.
It's not that they were a bad team.
Right. I don't think they're a bad team.
No, and I get that, but I think there is this. I think there also is this thing of like, it was kind of the Knicks and the Celtics going into this. People were saying that the Pistons, we don't know what exactly they are, and then it was like, take your pick for a 4th one, right? Because I don't think anyone was sold highly on the Cavs getting far. So to kind of remember that, yes, they are still a pretty damn good team. I mean, to be honest, it'd be fun to watch both of your teams just like flame out. But if I had to pick,
it's not going to happen. Fair.
You should just be happy for us, Kyle. We're happy for you.
I did say I thought the Cavs would make it to the Eastern Conference Finals at the beginning of the playoffs. I did not believe in Detroit as a 1 seed. I wanted that matchup.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, Detroit. Yeah, no, Detroit was fraudulent because like they played because Amin Al-Hassan said it today. They averaged when they hit 12 or more threes, they win. They hit 11 on Sunday against the Cavs. They also apparently foul way too much, and they apparently have too many people that like can't score. So like, I feel like that was always gonna catch up with them. Like Amin Al-Hassan, who like that's kind of who I go by when it comes to like expectations in terms of like basketball teams and like where this is gonna go and stuff like that. And he for like months was like, man, keep an eye on them. He was almost wrong.
So no, and I do understand that, but then this would be my pushback, and this is why I have my doubts for both the Knicks and Cleveland, right? If we say that the Pistons, did they score?
No, are they waving it off? No, come on. He did not hold that. No, that's going to be a goal. He didn't hold it. Is it a penalty?
Oh, all right. Yep, they're waving.
I want to see. I want to see why.
Well, while we're waiting, here's the question, right?
Yeah, keep going.
If we all agree that the Pistons and the Celtics were fraudulent this year, right? Why couldn't the Knicks or Cleveland take advantage and be either of them been a number 1 seed or even the top 2 seed?
Because like Ryan said about the Pistons 40 minutes ago, they showed more effort during the regular season.
That's right. They won on effort. They're a regular season team. When you play hard throughout the season, you can win 60-plus games. When each team's not bringing it every single night, and how to make up for a talent deficiency. Because let's be real, I don't think they're a more talented team than the Magic are.
Yeah, and they almost lost to the Magic. Like,
you go player for player, I think the Magic are a better team overall in terms of talent.
Like they almost single-handedly saved Jamal Mosley's job.
The only reason why they lost that series is because Wagner went out.
Yeah. Yeah, like they needed the other guy to tear their ACL to win that series. Yeah, they won via effort. Yeah, that's why they won. That's what I said.
Ryan, here's another question for you. Not saying that you guys are not going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but a question because you really are facing two past Cleveland coaches, right? Who, if you had to lose to a team, would you rather lose to a JB Bickerstaff coach team or a Mike Brown coach team?
It's disgusting either way. It's disgusting either way. Honestly. They both are just meh coaches.
Dude. It's not gonna happen, but if the Knicks win the title with Mike Brown, they might impeach Mamdani to make Mike Brown the mayor.
Like, it's unacceptable. But I would rather lose to the Knicks. They're more talented team.
And
I like Mike Brown. I have a soft spot for Mike Brown because he coached LeBron and got us to our first real winning season as.
Wait, so what was okay? So we came back from action, and now it's a face-off in the Habs zone. So what was the issue?
They blew the whistle early. They said. Which I don't believe.
Are you kidding me? Oh no.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so annoying.
This is going to be Buffalo.
If we lose because of that, I'm gonna be mad.
What just happened?
That's ridiculous. Nothing. Say if we lose because of that, I'll be mad.
What just happened? I'm
on wave off the. No, it's waving off the goal.
He said that they waved off. Yeah.
Yeah, they waved.
If we lose because of that, I'll be so furious.
That's bad. What was forgive my ignorance, I'm not. Oh my god. They just showed the game 7 history. Oh man, I just got an ulcer.
Stop showing it. Stop showing it.
Oh my god, that's awful. That's mean. Oop. Get out. All right, they got out. Oop. Jeez. This game is intense.
Oh, stress.
I'm not trying to cause PTSD when I ask this question, but what was the controversy from the cup that they lost?
The foot in the crease. They changed the rule about the foot in the crease where you couldn't score, and they didn't really send us a leak memo. It kind of just was a known thing in some inner circles, and no one really knew that it was a rule that you could still. Because usually it was you couldn't score if you had your foot in the crease. And I guess it got changed in February, kind of sent out very quietly to I don't remember if it was all teams, but some teams. And the Sabres did not know that rule had been changed. It had not been publicly announced to the public.
Interesting.
So
who did they,
kind of stuff. Dallas. Brett Hall. Foot in the crease.
Brett Hall. Damn.
Oh.
Isn't he more known for being a St. Louis guy?
Yeah, he's a Blue. If you, when I think of him, but he haunts my dreams.
Because he was also because when they won the cup, 7 years ago or some shit like that. No, 3 years ago. When they won the cup, they were really obsessed with that song, Gloria, Gloria, Gloria.
Yep.
And
yeah.
And Kyle, you remember that clip? Glory, Gloria. Yep. I think I got your number. Gloria.
Drunk out of his mind.
Yep. Just Brett Hull absolutely hammered and just singing the song of the St. Louis people.
I mean, they beat the Bruins, so I'm always happy about that.
The last St. Louis champion.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, the last St. Louis championship was a hockey championship. That is so funny to me about a major American city.
I love it, though.
Oh, it's awesome.
The last Florida championship was a hockey.
Which is hilarious.
I think that's also wild.
That's hilarious. No, they're in Minnesota. But I get your point. You used that joke on me before.
Wait,
I get to use it too.
Yeah. Has it been the last 4 years that a team from Florida? No, 4 of the last 5, a team from Florida has won it all.
Oh, won it all?
I think so, yeah.
Because in the middle was the Golden Knights, right?
No, because the Lightning. Oh, didn't the Lightning also lose to someone?
They won. Yeah, but they won back-to-back, I thought.
Yeah, they went back-to-back, but then I think they lost.
I thought it was Lightning, Golden Knights, and then Panthers.
I thought it was 6 straight years of Florida in the Cup.
Well, yes, but winning it all, I thought it was 4 of the last 5.
Winning it all. Yeah. Well, that's why I think the Lightning lost one, because I do know that they won 2, but I can't remember if they went to a third one. They probably didn't. I can't remember. But Florida dominating hockey and just infuriating Canada. Hilarious. Like I low key think there's a chance. I don't know how it would happen, but like, how funny and crazy would it be? Because I think there is a chance it could happen that like McDavid doesn't just come to America; he goes to Florida. How crazy would that be?
That's disgusting,
dude. That's a cheat code, right? That's a cheat code. That's the next 10 cups.
No, the next 10 cups if he goes to friggin' San Jose.
Is there a chance he goes to San Jose?
They got the cap space. Macklin's still on his rookie deal. They got to pay him at some point, but they could, with the cap going up, they got room. That's why you're hearing all that Austin.
Oh, yeah. Matt, you were right. Colorado 1-1.
Yes, that's right.
I think, right?
Yeah. Because they won the Bubble Cup. They won the Cup afterwards. Then the Avs won. Then the Knights won, and then it was Panthers.
Yeah.
Because the year they lost to the Knights, that was when they swept Carolina with Tkachuk. Like, oh man, Kyle, I think you've seen the video, but Ryan, have you seen the video of when Tkachuk sends them to the Cup for the first time?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's spectacular.
Oh my god, one of the greatest.
Oh my god,
one of the greatest.
And then they come back. That was when they came back 3-1 on Boston too.
Yes, yeah, that was awesome.
That was so good.
That was a good time. That was a
good time. Reason why they made the playoffs that year? Alex Lyon.
Yep, Lion King. Yeah, because that was when I forget who. Oh yeah, because they thought that was when they were going to be transitioning from Bobrovsky to Knight, but Knight, unfortunately, that was when he was battling the demons in between the ears.
Correct.
Yep, and so that's why they got Lion. I hope he's doing better in
Chicago.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he was on Minnesota or Chicago.
He's played well in Chicago this year, from what I watched.
That's good. It's a real shame, and I really do hope he got it taken care of, because like goalies are weird people. That's a hard position, but like hockey is also such an intense sport. If you got something going on between the ears, like
that's tough.
My heart just goes out for you. Goes out to you in this sport, because like these guys like. I haven't seen the injury report. I also haven't read anything, so like I don't know. But like I feel like going into the playoffs, these dudes are like put together with like Elmer's glue and duct tape. Has anyone been like super injured in the playoffs, or has it been like a relatively healthy playoff, hockey wise?
In terms of actual people getting injured, the only one that kind of stood out was actually for our guys, Noah Ostlund's out for this whole round. Because he had that weird play where Middlestat kind of fell on him and like bent his leg in game 5 of last series. But I haven't really heard about anybody having serious injuries. It's been pretty clean overall.
Yeah. Well, that's funny too, because like sometimes I feel like the playoffs devolves into like who just ends up being like the healthiest. Like I feel like you see that more. You see that actually in every sport. I almost tried to keep it to one sport. San
Antonio's up 3 right now in the third quarter.
They're up 3?
They're up 3, 66-63. 4 minutes to go in the third.
I'm surprised they're winning because Fox isn't there.
De'Aaron Fox, he's out.
Yeah, he out. Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say. What?
Dylan Harper's been good. 11 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals.
Oh, I mean, he's
He's
the
a plus
blueprint.
9.
That's what they want.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
He's a plus 9. Yeah.
They're eventually gonna send De'Aaron somewhere.
Wemby's got 16 and 11. Jason
Dude,
quiet,
Wemby's-
7 points on 2 of 9 shooting.
That makes you wonder who's guarding him.
I would probably assume maybe Castle.
Dude, I like Stephen Castle. He's a fun guy. If you told me between him and Donovan Clingan who was going to be the most famous person in the NBA team from that UConn team, I would have told you Dan Hurley.
That's hilarious.
The Fighting Hurley.
He's still on. Is he still on Portland? Is he still alive? Okay, I miss Donovan Clingan. He was fun, dude.
He had a pretty solid year.
Okay, he's just on a dump team.
Oh,
Portland's not bad.
With a dump owner.
Well, yeah, that's.
I wish they would hire Tiago Splitter as their coach. That'd be funny. Wait, no, not Tiago Splitter. Who was it? It was Boris Diaw, right?
No, Splitter, I think.
Wasn't it Tiago?
Yeah, it was Splitter.
It was Tiago Splitter.
Okay, I'm not gonna joke. I'm not lying. I'm always gonna joke, but I'm not lying when I say literally get those two confused all the time. Boris Diaw and Tiago Splitter.
That's fair.
Is there a reason? No. Because, like, you know what it is? Like, they were playing in, like, relatively big at least, at the same time. And, like, I just remember those were two names that, like, during prime, Skip and Stephen A. First Take, they would both say the crap out of those names. Oh, my God. Stephen A. Smith, he would just Stephen A. Whitlock. He would just be like, Tiago Splitter or Boris Diaw. I remember once he yelled at Skip Bayless because Skip Bayless was trying to like compare like Boris Diaw, I think, to like Chris Bosh or something like that. And Stephen A. just yells, "Don't you dare come at me with that Boris Diaw! How dare you say Boris Diaw?" Well, now we've come to the Stephen A. Whitlock part of the program. Jaylen Brown definitely wants to do two things this summer. He wants to get out of Boston, apparently, or he wants to get out of Boston. And he apparently wants to go to war with Stephen A. Smith. Now, I loved what he said. It was very funny. It was a hoot. It was a holler, especially when he called him Stephen A., Stephen B., Stephen C. Go for it. But like, you're just going to war now with reporters. He doesn't help. He's a clown. But like, it just kind of turned into like, it felt like two people that like really want to be in like a rap beef, but like none of them are like very creative. Cause like Jaylen Brown was just like, you're Stephen A, you're Stephen B, you're Stephen C. And then Stephen A today, he was just kind of like, you got money. Why is your setup so janky?
That's hilarious.
He was basically like, why don't you have a production company, essentially? He was like, you get paid $50 million. You can't hire someone to help you with that? I'm just like, damn, like, the NBA draft needs to get here, like, soon. Because, like, people in the NBA are getting bored. And they're getting into fights with Stephen A. Whitlock. It is fun watching players go to head-to-head with Stephen A. Whitlock. Right, Kyle?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like this ain't Kevin Durant and Stephen A. I think Stephen A. is losing his fastball when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, I think he has lost his because like they always say the second you start comparing bank accounts and stuff like that, you lost the argument. And like his first thing is just kind of like, oh, you don't hire people to like help you with that. It's like Jaylen Brown, like, do we even know if Jaylen Brown does he want to have a career in media? Because I feel like I feel like he's just kind of streaming because that's like what like NBA players do nowadays to like connect with their fans. Because I feel like LeBron is like the only athlete that doesn't stream, and that's just because he's 40 and probably needs his kid to hook it up for him. He's old, guys.
Jalen Brown.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe LeBron
Yeah.
did a stream with Kai Cenat. If I'm not, I might be wrong.
Oh no! Don't do that.
I'm not wrong. I might be wrong. He was on stream with somebody,
Wait.
but this was a minute ago.
Oh wait, no, I just confused. No, Kai Cenat's one of the good ones. I forgot. I absolutely confused him. Okay.
No, he's not like a Neon or Aiden Ross or anything. I don't even know if LeBron knows who those people are.
No, LeBron knows. LeBron knows who they are. LeBron absolutely knows who those guys are.
But remember, like Bronny used to stream, so like Bronny knows a lot of those people in the stream world. Now, granted, Bronny's Bronny, so like doesn't really do anything, but connections.
Jay, do you know is Jaylen Brown trying to have a broadcasting career? Because like I feel like all this streaming he's doing, he's more just kind of like doing it.
I don't know. I think that NBA players in today want to be seen, as they showed De'Aaron Fox with a very nice chain on. See, but like I just think they want to be seen. Like I go back to like the off season when you saw Jaylen Brown sitting courtside and he said, "I don't think Bronny's a pro." Like you're with two very pretty women at a game that you're not playing and just to be seen. So I think like the stream stuff is cool. I'm gonna go back to when we beat them in Game 7. I'm gonna go back to Game 7 when this whole streaming thing blew up.
Nicer times.
Yeah. Which is crazy because Jaylen Brown's been sitting at home. Like this has been a thing for like the last 2 weeks. Like I don't know how this became like the story of the month now, but like I think Jaylen Brown is just voicing his opinion, and then Stephen A had to go and voice his opinion because that's what he does, I guess. And then now Jaylen Brown wants to go back and forth. Now here's my thing. Jaylen Brown, you're too intelligent to be trying to argue with Stephen A. Smith. You're too smart. Yeah. You know what they say? If you argue with a fool, it's hard for outsiders to know which one is which. Like, that's where you're at. You are arguing with Stephen A. Smith online. It's not like you're going to go do his show, and it's not like he's going to go and interview after a game. So, and you're not going to get media availability until, like, the summer. So we're at the point now where you guys are just going to go back and forth until it gets stale, or the worst case scenario, basketball ends and First Take has nothing to talk about because they're a basketball football show for the most part. So that might be where it gets brought back up. But like Jaylen Brown, I think you need to take a breather. If you're gonna stream, but play a game. Go vlog something. Go do something interactive with your chat. Don't just sit there and like argue with people back and forth. And Stephen A. Smith, you're way too grown and way too credentialed and way how this goes. You want the viewership, you want the clicks. I understand that. It's tiring. It's exhausting. Every time I see your face pop up, I get irritated. So like everybody just take a deep breath. Boston, you're out the postseason. You've been out the postseason for about 2 weeks. Stephen A., you're Stephen A. You're not gonna stop talking, but go for it. But yeah, like that's. I don't know.
Just wait for your ticket to the White House card.
Yeah, right. Like you're doing anything to be. And I said this about NBA players. They want to be seen. Stephen A., why are you never at work? Why are you never working? You're everywhere but the studio. And when you're at games, you're on your phone playing solitaire. Like, what happened to the game I love?
Yeah, and like what makes me sad too is that like, man, I'm about to age myself. Jay, like I remember when he was on the radio the first time, man. Like, he was so good. I love listening to Stephen A. And now he's become a parody.
I mean,
like, bro, I will say, like, I don't know what it was for you guys. I remember where I was when I was like, there goes Stephen A. He's about to go down the path, and that was the Ray Rice incident when he victim blamed Ray Rice's wife, and then he tried to like joke about it. Oh man, I was like, well, there goes Stephen A. He's done. Because then his defense was, I'm not sexist. I was raised by my mom and 4 sisters. Fun fact about misogynists. I don't know if you know this about misogynists, but all misogynists, this is a true fact, by the way, all misogynists have a mother.
All of them, Matt? We fact checked that?
All of them. All of them. There are no test tube narcissists. How wild would that be?
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, enough talk about Stephen A. Whitlock. We are in a intermission report, but 3 periods have been played. Ryan, you called it. Jay, I know you're more locked in on Spurs Thunder, but Hanlon squared. They're going through it because Jay, we got an overtime game 7 in hockey.
So wait, can I be a very ignorant hockey fan and ask what round of the playoffs is this?
Semis. Eastern semis.
Okay.
So yeah, this is last
winner goes
week.
to conference finals.
Yeah.
And who they play? Do they know?
Carolina.
They're playing the.
Oh, please beat Carolina! Oh my gosh.
Well, they have to get there first.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my fault. I jumped the gun.
Okay, Jay, I'll give you a prime example right quick, because Ryan remembers this story. The Chiefs Bills 13 seconds game. So I didn't realize until a little bit later on that we were on the lag, because I kept getting texts from my coworkers. And one of them was, "I'm so sorry," and it was like, "What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about." And that was the 13 seconds.
Yep.
Also, Jay, here's another fun fact for Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's birthday is January 24th. Every time that the Bills have had a playoff game lost for like the last few years has either been on his birthday, the day before his birthday, or 2 days before his birthday.
Yep. Happy MF birthday.
Right.
You both are strong individuals.
Right.
Sorry. Hey, here's the last one. I forgot to say this one. And Matt, you get a kick out of it because we made this joke on literally on air. The last time that they lost the Chiefs in the playoffs, our grandfather died the same day.
Yep. We get the text saying that our grandfather's passed away, and then the end of the game happened.
Was he a Bills fan?
No, he's a Patriots fan.
Okay, because that would have been oh man, that'd been rough.
Oh, well, you're made of different stuff.
That's hard, man. Wow.
Being a Buffalo fan is hard.
I see, and you know what's funny?
It's really hard.
Sometimes I think about fandoms and how people are still fans of certain things. Like I've never met a Titans fan in real life, but that's rough. Oh my gosh.
I just want to
it ain't easy. It ain't easy. I remember just like sitting around my birthday, like because 13 seconds happened like an hour before my birthday. I'm just like, nobody called me. Yeah. Nobody talked to me. Don't even look in my direction.
Happy birthday!
I was so mad.
Oh,
Patty Mahomes was like, "Happy birthday, Ryan! This is for you."
I hate you. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever been that mad at like a sporting event in my entire life. Honestly,
I remember
the only thing that rivals it is when LeBron left for Miami the first time. That's the only time I've ever been that angry.
Dude, oh man. That was a fun time. Not a fun time for actually, no. I actually hated that. I don't know why I said that. I hated the decision. I thought it was awful. Oh, man. What a time. What? Oh, man. I remember the 13-second game, too, because then Frankie, shout out Frankie from Southie. He texted me the next day, and he was trying to, find ways and, things to, complain about the Bills about, oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do this. I was like, Frank, there was 13 seconds.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Oh, this person didn't do this. This person didn't do this. Frank, it was 13 seconds. The hell are we doing? Man, Colorado and Carolina, they low-key could have gone to Cabo and then come back.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Geez.
I think they're gonna have. I think they're gonna have 12 days off by the time puck drops in game 1, and I think overall they've had 20 days off, which is an NHL record for the first two rounds.
So wait, can I ask you guys another question as an ignorant hockey fan?
Yeah,
Are
yes,
these
please.
games every other day? Is it NBA type scheduling, or is there a break?
Yeah.
in between? Okay.
Every other day.
So they swept because I know the Flyers got swept, but on the other side too, they swept and they just been waiting.
Colorado won in 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. We did win the game.
Yeah, the Avs had a gentleman's sweep. Vegas, they won in 6. Vegas won on Saturday, I believe.
Yeah,
I did see that. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and then they won on Thursday because then on Friday, part of the topic of conversation on shows was about how Torts didn't do his media availability. So the Vegas Golden Knights, Jay, they won Game 6, clinching to go to the Western Conference Finals. I think it's the third time. It's the third time in this franchise's history they've been to the Western Conference Finals. Jay, ask me how old this team is.
I actually know this. They're like 6 years, something like that. 5?
Yeah, they're like 57 years old, man.
That's
like
crazy.
literally,
Yeah.
They were made, and all they know is success. I think
They went to the Cup Finals their first year ever in existence.
Yeah,
went to the Cup
and
Finals.
I'll let you go.
And they changed the expansion draft rules, I think, after that because they were too loaded.
Yeah, so that was my question. Like, how did they what was their process of getting all these players, and how are they so good?
Not good, that was for sure.
Team building, and they also had side deals done in ahead of the draft, the expansion draft, with like, hey, if you don't take this player from my team, who I'm going to leave unprotected, I'll give you this player and like a pick. That's how they kind of like built the team with like kind of getting some side deals done, and then rounding out the roster with players that would fit with these guys that they were acquiring ahead of time before the draft. And that's where this has kind of gotten changed. You're not really making those deals ahead of time, those wink, wink, nod, nod. I give you this guy, leave this guy alone for me, please.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was legal.
Yeah.
Legal.
Yeah.
If it works, why not?
And they hit the ground running. My God, they're so good.
I don't know if they're ever going to be bad, because even when they fired what's his face, Greg Gallant, like he wasn't doing a bad job. Like he took them to the cup. He took them to the cup the first time.
Yeah, their first time ever as a franchise.
But
and everyone forgets. I was going to say Seattle also made the playoffs their first year as an expansion team. The Kraken.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And beat the Avalanche.
Yeah, that's right. They did. Yep. I thought they barely missed it, but no, they didn't. Yeah. I love the Kraken just because it's an actually creative hockey name.
I love the uniforms.
It's good.
What year was it that an 8 seed won it all? Was it the Kings?
Oh, that was the Kings.
The Kings. 2013?
Yeah, it was one of those years.
Yeah, 2013 to 2014, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 13 because 14 is when they beat the Rangers. Because I remember that because that was not long after I broke up with my ex. I do remember that. I do remember that. Oh,
here's a parting gift for you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, great. Oh, awesome. We don't know how to fucking score. Good. The team out in LA won. But Jay, so this is what I was going to say though. Jay, so on Thursday, Vegas, they won. They clinched. They're going to the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Their coach refused to do any media and did not let the press into the locker room. And yes.
Oh, you're going to tell me. Okay. Oh, you're not going to tell me. Is there a reason?
Oh, no. There is no reason. He was just like, nope.
What?
Yep.
Is it in their contract to do media afterwards?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, you bet it is, because the NHL, they had a response to him. Would you like to know what happened?
I would love to.
Because it's very funny. The coach, got fined $100,000.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even the worst part.
Okay.
Because the team got punished. The team lost their second round draft pick.
Oh, for not doing media?
They did not do it.
That's
Jay. They just
crazy.
Jay.
It's
They
the
have
bare
like Jay. They have a brand new shiny. They have a brand new shiny media deal. They're actually like back out in the mainstream again and stuff like that. You can't be messing that up, especially considering that's where the bulk of the money now comes from for the NHL and also just sports in general. It comes from the media and
millions of dollars.
yeah, this coach is notoriously a piece of crap. His name, look him up. He's a hoot. He's a piece of crap.
What's his name?
His name is John Tortorella. He used to be the
Georgia.
coach of the Flyers. Actually, he was a Flyer coach for a little bit.
Let me ask.
Wait,
Let me ask
hey,
Jordan.
Matt, you know what this isn't?
What's up?
Matt, you know what this isn't, right? It ain't
Is
the
this
United
not a-
States of Tortorella.
Oh yeah, this ain't the United States of Tortorella. Because Torts. So John Tortorella used to coach the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he was coaching them when the Colin Kaepernick stuff happened, and he had an opinion about it.
Yep.
And his opinion was very loud. His opinion was, if you are on my team and you protest during the anthem, I'm going to cut you. Not like with a knife, like from the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Life would be interesting, but team makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. That's who that man is. And like they absolutely fined him $100,000. They were sending a message. That was a message to the rest of the league. And also probably a fuck you to Torts, because like that dude is such a doucher. Like I don't get how he keeps getting jobs. Like he won a cup in 2004. He literally has not been successful for 20 years, and he made it to the cup with a mediocre Rangers team. No, they didn't make the cup. They made the conference finals. Still, they were mediocre. Like he kind of turns them around. They do good for a year, and then they poop. They poop, and then they just get pissed at him because he's a grouchy Italian man.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I don't think so.
Dude, I don't know half the time, man. Especially because then like that's the other thing. Like he's a loud dickbag. Like it's not like he's like a dickbag in silence either.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know it. It's like, why does that sound like a bag of dicks? Torts is here. All right, guys. Sean McDonough is there. Was there.
I hate this.
Can't do this.
Man.
I can't.
Jay,
Man.
Jay, I really like just not having like an ulcer right now watching this.
Well, don't worry. Yours is coming when the Knicks start playing again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm not looking forward to that.
And you know,
so I said this to Kyle and I said this to Ryan. I'm really tired of seeing all these graphics about how the Knicks quote unquote own the Cavs in the playoffs and stuff like that. Because the last time I saw that, it was with your series, man. And what happened? You beat the crap out of the Celtics.
See, but here's the thing. I feel like you're in a better spot than what is happening with what happened with Boston and Philly. I still genuinely don't know how we won that series, but I think you're the better team.
I think that
feel any better, but
I mean I think that too. I feel like how I do in the Philly series. I'm cautiously optimistic, but like, dude, it's the Knicks. I said this to I said this to Ryan and Kyle while you were gone. I cannot stand any Knick fan or any loud New Yorker that has like any type of like sticking out your chest and like bravado, like because like my problem with that is that you are ignoring the years 2000 to 2025. I know the last few years have been fun, but from like 2000 until Uncle COVID came to town, it wasn't that fun. We had one fun year with Melo. That was a hoot. Outside of that, it wasn't very fun. And so, like, I don't love when the Knicks come in there. Like, I'm not saying go in there like, sheepish, like, no, I want the smoke. I want war. Let's go. But also just like, we're going to beat them. It's like, what the hell are we doing? Like, guys, you once gave away so many assets for Eddie Curry.
My goodness.
Like, do you know who the first New York Knicks All-Star I saw when I was like watching them?
I don't think I'm ready for this.
David Lee, I miss him.
It was David Lee, man. Like that's how bad the Knicks were. And then they traded into Golden State.
Yep,
for Al Harrington. Well, that was more for cap space because they thought they were going to get LeBron. And they didn't. They got Amari Stoudemire.
No, they did not.
No. I loved Amari for Amari on the Knicks until he got hurt. Oh man, that was lethal.
Mario was solid. Yeah, I liked him there.
Yeah, I mean the problem was him and Melo, they didn't play a game that meshed well together, and then also and then also he got hurt. I feel like they kind of made that. I feel like they kind of made that trade just because the summer prior, that's when LeBron got to Miami, and then also I think D. Will was like getting ready to get traded too. I remember he was on Conan the week he got traded to the Knicks, and Conan, as a joke, made him a jersey, and it had, because the three teams that he was connected to at that trade deadline, the three teams that he was connected to was he was either going to stay in Denver, or he was going to get traded to the Nets, or he was going to get traded to the Knicks. So Conan, he sewed together a third of a Nuggets jersey, a third of a Nets jersey, and a third of a Knicks jersey, and he gave it to Carmelo, and it had like his number, and it had like the name on his back and everything.
That's so funny.
It was a funny gag.
Ooh,
I don't know if Melo found it funny.
Yeah, Melo's like, get away from me, bro. That's cool though. That's probably
Actually,
a cool
I
thing to have.
I actually don't know about that. Melo might actually get it, because like Melo, he hangs out with comedians. Like he hangs out with I think he hangs out with that kid Miro. Him and that kid Miro have a podcast, and then also he hangs out with Blake Griffin.
He is a New Yorker. He might get it. He might just get it.
Yeah, he might just actually have a personality.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
I do like how he's kind of become an ambassador for the Knicks, and like how the Knicks fans kind of accept that, because like, dude, I was one of the few Knicks fans that like I never wanted to trade Melo. I loved Melo being on the Knicks, but like part of that was nostalgia because I'm a Syracuse fan, and like it was the first time that like a top guy on like my favorite college team was like on my favorite team, like leading them, and so like that was cool. But like when he had the opportunity to go to Chicago, he probably should have gone to Chicago. That, like at that point, it would have given him the best chance to win, and I think it would have allowed the Knicks to just blow it up and actually like start over, instead of what ended up happening, which was they just pooped for like another few years, and then they got Porgy. Porgy wasn't good. They traded Porgy. They got Kevin Knox. They thought Kevin Knox was going to be Kevin Durant. He wasn't, but it's okay because they got Mitchell Robinson.
It's funny that you say that about Carmelo, because like I so associated him with New York, even though I completely forget that he was on some decent Nuggets teams.
Not decent, really good. He was on some really good Nuggets.
Sorry,
was that it? I thought you were
running this out right now.
Okay, come on.
5 minutes have passed. Almost 5 minutes have passed. How you guys feeling so far?
Still the same.
Awful.
I feel bad for this is rough for. I'm not even watching the game. I can just feel.
I feel Ryan's just like focusing right now.
Yeah, Ryan's locked in.
I respect it. I respect it, man.
Listen,
that was me. That's me when the Yankees are in the World Series.
That's me when the Packers were good.
Matt, did you get your chance to talk about golf earlier?
No, I didn't actually. The PGA Championship was a hoot. Aaron Rai won. He's.
Oh, we need to show the picture.
Oh my God. Okay, so you're gonna lose my audio for a little bit because my phone is my microphone. So Jay and Ryan, probably just Jay because Ryan is locked in on the game. Over the weekend, was the PGA Championship. So the PGA Championship, it's one of the four majors in golf. So it's one of the big 20s that you always want to win. Blah 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 blah. Over the weekend, Aaron Rai won. He's like a middle of the road golfer. He's like an everyday. He's like a middle class PGA pro. You know, so like he's good, but like you know he hasn't won in a few years. Kind of chokes the last 2 days, but he had a really good weekend. He had a really good Sunday, and he was absolutely
lights out on the back nine. He was really good. So he won the PGA Championship. He won his first major. It's probably going to be one of the highlights of his career, if not the highlight of his career. You would not know it was the highlight of his career if you checked the PGA Championship official Instagram for when he won, because let me pull up the picture that they went with, because you wouldn't.
Actually, Matt, I might be able to do it so that you can still be on audio. So that's the picture that they went with.
That's
Oh, it's
awesome.
gone.
Yeah, that picture. That one. Jay, do you see it?
I still can't see any of y'all.
Oh, that sucks.
I probably should have mentioned that. I have no clue why this is. I'm just, talking to the void. But I if you send it to me, Matt, I can look at it.
Brian, can you see it?
I can see it. That's hilarious. I love that.
I know we lost you, Matt. You're muted. You are muted. You are muted. There we go. It's
Okay, there we go. Jesus. That was annoying. I hate this for me. Jay, did you get it? I sent it to you.
Yes, I do have it.
Jay, that is the face of the man who won a major championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's the picture that who is running PR for the PGA Championship. He looks so upset. He looks like his kid cut a fart in front of him while he's meeting like a president. He's looking like he just cut into his steak and what he wanted, and he wanted medium rare, but instead they made it medium well. Like, that's what he looks like.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like-
It looks
like-
like he
That's
just
poor
got
dude.
his ice cream cone and it fell. And he's just like, it's been a long day. He's like, I'm gonna need another one. That's rough. Dang.
Like he just looks like you know what he kind of looks like? He looks like he just watched his son miss a putt.
Yep.
He's like, all right, well, you're sleeping outside.
Nah, he just watched Clay Holmes blow another save for the Yankees.
I'm so glad that man is not on my team anymore. Oh God, terrible person. Although now Bednar's beginning to get there. Bednar's
He's
really
doing the
bad
same
for me.
thing now.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
hate
doing
it.
the exact same. Yep.
So Matt, I got
I
a
hate
question
it.
about the weekend in general for the golfing, because we did
Go
talk
for it.
about last major how
Mhm.
having Rory up there was good for golf, being able for him to win again, right? This felt like, from an outsider's perspective, that there was a lot of people that in the leaderboard that weren't really well known. So I'm curious what your thoughts are with that leaderboard. First off, being so close throughout, but also being a lot of people who for the casual golfer, they might not know them.
I mean, even for the golf fan, I didn't really know them. There was Schmid and there was Smalley, which those are middle of the pack guys, but they were playing really well. Rye every once in a while he'll lead through like one of the first 2 rounds. He just doesn't really finish. Fun fact: his wife is also a very talented golfer. He also has iron covers, which is rare in golf. You usually only see them on your woods, but. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I was watching all Sunday, man, and I knew I was going to be watching all Sunday. Going into Sunday, there was legitimately 20 people that could have won the PGA Championship, and it looked like through the first 9 that it looked like through the front 9 that we were going to have a 20-way tie for first place. Because no one was really separating themselves until Rye did. Rye did on the back 9. He didn't have a single bogey, and he birdied 4 of the 9 holes, including a 68-foot birdie on 17 to essentially clinch the PGA Championship. It was really fun seeing all those golfers at the top. Because I didn't know some of those names, but Kyle, it was a lot of fun because literally everyone was in it, and everyone was in it for a while. The winner got under 10, one with a -9. It's been the first time in a while that I've seen someone win a tourney without breaking -10. It was just really competitive throughout. It was also in Philly, which that was a lot of fun. Well, Philly. It was in a golf course that is in a suburb of Philly, but it was a lovely golf course. The golf fans, they trolled Scotty Scheffler a couple times because he's a Cowboys fan. So whenever he would putt or whenever he would hit, after he would hit, they would either say Dak Prescott sucks or someone would do an Eagles chant.
That's
As they
hilarious.
should.
Oh, it was awesome.
Stay classy.
And when Aaron Rye won the PGA Championship, he led the remaining crowd in an Eagles chant.
That's so fun.
Oh,
Is he an Eagles fan?
He does identify as an Eagles.
Oh, that's cool.
Safest thing
Which
to
is
do
funny
here when you
because-
visit.
Which is funny because he's an English Indian, and I'm pretty sure he lives in Florida. So how is he an Eagle?
You know, I wonder that sometimes too about most people I live around. But sometimes it's the safest thing you can do.
Don't ask that to Jordan.
Yeah, I know that man gets crazy around Eagles time. I understand.
Oh my God!
Even he's
Well,
scared.
I just remember, I remember Jordan, Katie, and we were driving to some game for Ryder, and we drove by, and we were just on the highway, and this car just randomly drives by us, and it has a Eagles bumper sticker on it, and Jordan just behind me goes, "Go Birds!" And I'm like, we are in a Honda Civic. You do not need to go. You can lower your voice. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
They're silly individuals.
Oh yeah.
They're
Well,
very
I just
silly.
love how every city's
they're
kind of
passionate.
that though.
And that's what I'm trying to stress. But they're passionate.
I mean, I think that's also why I do like the Knicks run up the run that the Knicks are on, and why I do love Let's Go Knicks and go Knicks and stuff like that, because this is literally all of New York has. New York is fractured team wise, so this is the one thing where all of New York, they set aside their differences and come together as one. What about the Nets? No one gives a shit about the Nets.
No one cares about the Nets.
So, some kids in Brooklyn do, but they only cared when Kyrie and Durant were there. Now that they're dog crap, I guarantee you those kids don't care.
Not at all.
I actually think Kyrie might have been a little bit more popular in Brooklyn than KD was.
I agree with that.
Because I was going to say, because when I was working in the charter school, because I used to work at a charter school in Brooklyn, I would see more kids repping Kyrie stuff.
Kyrie's a cool player to like, though. Well, depending on who you are, but like the way he plays the game of basketball, like everybody wants to dribble like Kyrie Irving. He's such a smooth player to watch. Kevin Durant's fun, but you got to be a certain build to be Kevin Durant. But Kyrie,
Yeah.
like, it's just so silky smooth the way he can just manipulate a basketball and bank it off the backboard. Like, it's ridiculous.
He really is like the best. Like has he? Forgive me if this is a dumb question, but like, has he revolutionized ball handling in the NBA? Because I feel like there are certain guards that like try to mimic him. Like I kind of feel like that, like Flash Burton at Ryder would do that because he wore 11, and like I'm pretty sure that's also Kyrie's number, and like he would just hold on to the ball like way too long. Granted, he's not part of the revolutionary conversation I'm talking about, but I feel like with some guards there's a new emphasis on ball handling and ball protection. I feel like was it spurred by him because is he still the best ball handler in the NBA?
I think it's arguable. I mean, there's some guys that do some nasty things with a basketball. I mean,
Montreal won.
Go ahead.
Montreal.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
It's unfortunate.
No.
I'm so sorry.
I'm on a delay. No, get back. Get back. Oh.
How'd they win?
Because they got the goal in overtime. Whoever gets the
Oh
overtime
yeah, no,
goal
I meant like how they.
No, he knows that, Kyle.
that was funny. That was funny. I know a little bit about sports, guys. I know a little bit about hockey. That made me laugh. That was good. Can we clip that? That was funny.
Oh damn, he chucked that helmet.
My chest hurts. Oh man, that was good.
Sorry, guys.
That happens.
So sorry.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel any
Of course,
better,
of course, it was Alex Newhook.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, they're gonna get hosed by the Hurricanes.
Wow, what a shot!
Oh damn! It looks like they just kind of lost the puck.
Yeah.
And then they had. Oh damn! Oh, did he kind of get lucky on that wrister? Oof. Yeah. 5-hole. In the 5-hole. Oh no! Oh damn! Just got it underneath glove side. Damn.
So the solace I have in this, in like comparatively with the Bills, right? And like kind of go along with me on this. The Bills, I feel like most of the times that they have lost in the playoffs, you could argue that they were the best team in the playoffs. They just got unlucky. Even if the Sabres got past this round, there's no guarantee that they would have beaten the Hurricanes, and it honestly feels like the Avalanche's year. So to get to a game 7 in your first time back to overtime and arguably should have won the game if not for that goal being called off. There's a lot to hang your hat on for this team.
Yeah, and like they clearly turned it around, so they clearly have something going for them. Maybe just get a little more steady at goaltending. I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend like I know. So I'm going to stop saying those words. Ryan, I will say your prediction was spot on. You thought they were going to get bounced in the second.
I did.
Like, Ryan, from the beginning of this run, you were really excited. Your brother got back to hockey. We love seeing that. Go back to hockey, Kyle. Oh wait, you did, but it unfortunately ended the way it did. Ryan, what are your initial thoughts on the game, and then what initially do you want to see the Sabres do this offseason so they can run this back even better?
I think overall the better team won. I think Montreal was probably the better team throughout the entire series, just as a whole. Got to figure out goaltending. I don't think it's good enough to take you on a long playoff run. And I do think you need a little more punch down the middle. I think you want to move Thompson back over to wing, where he's probably more comfortable. I know I've said before I'd like them to re-engage St. Louis and Robert Thomas straight talks. Someone who can be a playmaker down the middle, can set in a line with Tage and give him someone who can take the defensive responsibilities off his plate, allow him to just be a scorer. And then you got to figure out what to do with Tuck. Tuck scored no points in the series in 7 games, and he wants $11.5 million. And then you got to figure out: do you negotiate if he's not going to come off 11.5? You got to figure out like a team like Seattle is going to go out there and offer him that money to get another scoring punch on that team. So I think Tuck's the first down on the fall, and then once you figure out what to do with him, and you can figure out the rest of the roster.
So Tuck is pretty much the first piece, and then from there they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, that's how Tuck's the main guy you want to resign. He's the best free agent in this class, in a weak free agency class. So if you can get him closer to 9.5, I think that's more comfortable. But if he wants 11.5, I don't know if Kekalainen's willing to go to that number for him.
Now, Ryan, I know your expertise is more in the NFL draft, but do you have anything on the NHL draft, or who you think the Sabres should be targeting?
I'd have to look. Usually I'm looking at the top 8, top 10 for the Sabres. Now I have to look at late 20s, where you're much less likely.
Top 10 yet.
I know.
You don't got to worry about the lottery.
I know. Especially outside the lottery, late first-round picks are Caruso just hit a 3 to take the lead. So I switched over to the OKC Thunder game.
It's nice.
No, I'd have to look at it outside the top 15 in the NHL draft. It's your hit rate on like the first round picks, late first round is like less than 30%. Usually, your top NHL players are guys who are drafted in the top 10 to 15 picks. So, wow, I'd have to do some research, but I can definitely get a name or two if I see what the consensus from these prospects towards the end of the first round.
Man, you don't have to worry about the lottery. You don't got to worry about any of those kids. Good for you. Look at you guys. Look at you guys. Just a couple of puck kids winning.
To cap it off real quick, Matt, because I was thinking about this. I remember when we talked about, was it Kachuk who went down in the offseason?
What do you mean?
Who was the Panther that got hurt in the offseason?
Oh, Kachuk. Yeah, it was Kachuk. Because he didn't start. I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking about it, and you were like, "Oh, it looks like the Panthers might be in trouble." And it's like, well, why not the Sabres this year? And I was just like half joking, and to see it actually come to fruition is actually pretty awesome. And also, like, it's been a year since that rant that I had about the Sabres never being able to do anything in the draft lottery and stuff like that. So like, going a year away from like being so friggin' frustrated that it feels like the Sabres are always spinning their wheels and giving up good players, to now a team that, I mean, rallied, because to lose those games 6-2, 6-3, and to be able to score 8 goals on Saturday and then take this to overtime on today, after like also being the clearly best team between them and the Bruins that first round, there's a lot to hang your hat on, especially because like by the end of the season it was the Canadiens, it was the Lightning, and it was the Sabres basically vying for the top spot in the league, and with the Hurricanes, of course, right? But like, to continuously just be there the whole entire time and not be afraid of the limelight, like, that's super cool. And I really hope that they can build on this. That'd be a lot of fun. Gentlemen, It is 11 o'clock your time.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to start wrapping this up. Gentlemen, first thing first, thank you very much for joining. As always, Jay, I know you can't see us, but thank you very much for joining as always. Ryan, I know that you're also at work. Thank you as always for joining. And Kyle, just thank you for being you and thank you for joining. Jay, where can the people find you online? Is there anything you want to plug?
You can find me at j.johnson_812. Nothing at the moment I want to plug. Be on the lookout. I'm going to plug this probably in a month and a half or so. I'm working on a documentary as my capstone project to finish up this lovely master's degree that I'm
Nice.
documentary. I did some preliminary stuff today, and it is going to be a work in progress, but that's okay. We're going to get it done. So, but yeah, that's all for me. I want to say thank you, Matt. Again, this is always just fun to do every week, so I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Worst case scenario, it's just us hanging out, talking spurts.
Of course.
Yeah. Ryan, thank you for joining. I'm very sorry about what happened to the Sabres, but also thank you for educating us on hockey. And one thing I did want to do is talk more hockey on this show, and we did. And it's thanks to you and the Buffalo Sabres. Ryan, where can the people find you online? Is there anything you want to plug?
Find me on Instagram at Ryan12490. Nothing I want to plug. Just let's have a fun series between the Caps and Knicks. May the best team win.
May the best team win, and indeed. Man, I really need James Harden to keep being James Harden. I really need him to not figure it out.
Oh, he will.
I
In game
really
6
need
and
him,
7 well.
dude. I really need him to not turn into freaking like Jimmy Butler or something like that. Anyway,
We should figure out a
Kyle,
fun wager for the series.
oh, dude, I'm so poor. I can't wager money. I'm sorry.
Doesn't have to be money. We can figure something out.
Ooh. I like this. You're creative. I like it. Kyle, thank you for joining as always. Kyle, I hope you're having a good day. And also, Kyle, where can the people find you online? And is there anything you want to plug?
You can find me at the Music Fan 77. Internship is over, stuff like that. So I'm probably having some time to organize my life and also want to work on some songs and stuff like that. But in the meantime, something that I want to what do you want to call? Basically, I want to shout out again. I've talked about them before, but other than Dan Levitard, one of the podcasts that I listen to probably the most religiously is the Shutdown Fullcast. They are really fun college football podcast. Then they do just really random stuff when it comes to football. But they also have their own Patreon, which for $4 a month, if you can get all of their content. And something that they've been doing recently is something called special interests, is whereas one of them just talks about a special interest for like an hour or two. One of them was talking about this show called For All Mankind, which is like basically the space race in completely different contexts and stuff like that. And it's like completely insane. The one that they dropped last week, and I told Ryan about this, is a one on X-Men. And basically what they did was they did an all 22 of like offensive, defensive, special teams, and football coaches, and basically picking the X-Men they think would best suit that position. It's super nerdy. It's really fun. And if you like X-Men and like football stuff, check it out. It's like 2 hours of like why this particular X-Men deserves to be like a left guard or a left tackle or quarterback and stuff like that. It's really funny.
I feel like Beast has to be your center no matter what, because he's both big because he's a beast, but also he's got the brain of a doctor. So he'd be able to like
spoil any of it. I would just say if you do find it interesting and have $4 to spend, it's really good. And like this guy goes really in depth. He knows his X-Men.
I love dumb stuff like that. Anyway, you can find me online at Schmatty_B, as well as on the Sports Yammer Instagram, as well as right here on YouTube Live. Next week, I will have Audition on, and I will make sure that we are actually recording it. I will say, if that happens, I cannot be streaming TV at the same time. I think that'll be too much. But we're going to get the podcast back up and running in no time, because then I also think that's going to drive more people to our YouTube stream. Anywho, folks, I've been the Sports Yammer. Thank you very much, the Sports Yammer. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will see you next Monday, same time, same place. Until then, see you next week. Always remember, fight back against those of Dunning-Kruger. Dark Enlightenment is a hoax, and don't just strategize. Also empathize. I will see you next week. Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. Brendan Clark.
Yes.
We're gonna miss you.
R.I.P. Yeah. R.I.P. Brendan Clark and also R.I.P. Jason Collins. All right, fine. I'm alone on that one.
No.
R.I.P.
All right.
Jason
I know,
I'm sorry.
R.I.P.,
I had to process.
All right, so I guess I know where you guys stand on one issue. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Don't bring this to the Congress floor, man.
Whoa, man.
I'm reclaiming my time. No. Anywho, on that note, see you next week, baby birds. And we're gonna end the stream before someone hears anything else.